Good morning, students. This is your chapter number 3, Pronouns. What is the meaning of pronouns? Pronouns are those words that can replace, stand, or refer to a noun phrase in a sentence. They play a role similar to noun phrases in a sentence. I mean, they just avoid the repetition of the nouns. A noun phrase may consist of just a noun with a pre-modifier, or a post-modifier. Now, notice the highlighted words. As you can see, Ramesh wanted to send some flowers to his mother. She lives in the other part. Instead of using mother again in the same paragraph, the word mother, the pronoun mother, has been replaced by she. Now, in the next line, as we can see, he went to a shop and paid for them. Now, he replaced whom? The word he has been replaced for Ramesh. Okay. Now, he went to the shop and paid for them. Them refers to what? Flowers. The noun has flowers has not been used again, but instead of using the flowers again, them has been used over here. The noun flowers has been replaced by the pronoun them, to be sent to his mother. Then while getting out of the shop, he he, Ramesh, saw a young girl standing and sobbing outside the shop. He asked what happened. He who asked? Ramesh. She answered. Now who answered? A young girl. We could also have used over here the young girl answered, but just to avoid the repetition of the noun or a noun phrase, we use the pronouns. So a young girl is a noun phrase, and now it has been replaced by she answered. I wish to buy a white rose for my mum, but I lost my purse. Who? The young girl. He offered to buy a white rose for her. Who? He? Ramesh. Again, a white rose for her. For whom? The young girl. Okay, like this we can see that in the respective lines, these words, the nouns or the noun phrases, are being replaced. Over here, there's a chart given. Person, possessive adjectives, possessive pronouns. First person singular. My, mine. First person plural. Our, ours. Second person singular and plural. Your, yours. Then third person his, her, hers, their, and theirs. In this way, it has been used over here. What are possessive pronouns? They are the words that refer to the possession, like pronouns such as mine, ours, yours, his, her. They are known as the possessive pronouns. We'll talk about the demonstrative pronouns. They are the words that identify nouns in a sentence. For example, this, that, these, those. Whenever these words demonstrative comes, whenever there is a word known as demonstrative, you simply have to just identify that the words, it should click into your mind that the words related to this, that, these, those are related to the demonstrative. Another important part of pronoun is the antecedent. What exactly is the meaning of an antecedent? The noun that a pronoun replaces is known as its antecedent. We'll talk about the first sentence over here. Minnie and George are cousins. They study in the same school. I have always seen them going together to school. Minnie and George are cousins. Now over here, this phrase Minnie and George has been replaced by they. They is the subjective personal pronoun about whom we are talking. And who are they? What is the antecedent over here? It is the Minnie and George. Now, I. I is also the subjective or the objective personal pronoun, and it itself is an antecedent. Always seen them. Who, them, what is the antecedent? Minnie and George. And them is the objective personal pronouns. In the B part, the Animal Encyclopedia is an interesting series of books. These. Now, what are we talking over here? We are talking about the Animal Encyclopedia. It is a series of a book. These. These is the demonstrative pronoun. As I had told you, whenever it comes to this, that these, those, you should immediately remember the word as demonstrative. So over here, which phrase has been replaced by these? The Animal Encyclopedia. And these is a demonstrative pronoun. They give you already reference about animals. Again, they is the subjective or objective personal pronoun. Again, which is the antecedent for they? The Animal Encyclopedia. So like this, these words that replace the pronouns is known as its antecedent. Interrogative pronouns. What is the meaning of interrogate? Interrogate means to ask questions. Whenever it comes to the interrogation, it means asking questions like who, whom, whose, which. They all are the question words. What is your name? What is your hobby? Which is your favorite color? What is the name of your mother? Who is the prime minister of our country? And so on. The words that interrogate are known as the interrogative pronouns. Relative pronouns. Relative pronouns are those words that are used to add additional information about a noun that has already been mentioned over there. They also are helpful in joining the two statements together. Which are the relative pronouns? Which, that, who, whom, and whose. Don't get confused with the question words and the relative pronouns. Interrogative pronouns are used to ask the questions, and the relative pronouns are used when which, that, who, whom are used. In the case of relative pronouns, they are either used to join the sentences or to use the additional information. Like over here, the man who came home yesterday. Now over here the word who is being used as a relative pronoun, because why? This word who, the relative pronoun who, is addressing the man who came yesterday. It is giving the information about the man who came yesterday is my friend. It is giving an additional additional information about the pronoun. And if I would have changed this sentence, who was that man, then definitely it would have been an interrogative pronoun. So this is all about the pronouns.